cut them the exact length of 100 millimeters, and I prepared one here in the vise for deburring, and when that's done I'll lay out the slope 40 millimeters in here and leave a 4 millimeters tip down here. I have a vertical scribe line parallel to the jaws, and I think that was the last pass here, but I'll go back in the middle. Now the thickness isn't critical, but it looks best if the jaws are the same, the tip of the jaws are the same height. But I think it's better that this distance here, from there to the slope is beginning, is the same, exactly the same, because you can see it. It's a new day, and I managed to do the slope on all 3 sets of clamps, but although I was very precise, I thought, with the scribe line and placing it parallel to the jaws in the vise, I didn't manage to get the breaking point here at the same place of all of them. What I should have done was made a fixed setup in the vise so I can take all of them. That's not good because it's too wide a place, wide, too long an opening, I think. But I should have made a fixed setup and taken 2 of them each set and put it in the setup, fixed setup, and then milled it all. Then I'll have the break point here, the same place for all 3 sets, but I'll have to live with that. In the next lot I'll do it. I plan to make some smaller ones and some bigger ones, and I think I'll find out a way to set them up in a fixed setup so I can change from one set to the other without any further setup, and then just mill it, and then they'll be exactly the same on all 3 sets. Now I'll lay out the holes and drill and tap them, and remembering that only these are for thread the whole way through, these 2 holes, and this hole is for thread, no, now I'm babbling again. These 2 holes are to be threaded, and this is a through hole, and this is a smaller through hole halfway through. So, but I think I'll drill with a pilot hole the whole way through, except here, only halfway through. Yeah, I'll do that. Now I've set it up for drilling the holes, and I have a block down there fitting in between the 2 holes, and then I have stacked them on top of each other with a copper wire on this side, and then I'll now center drill it here and drill a pilot hole through the whole way through, and then move 50 millimeters to here drill a center hole and a pilot hole halfway through, and you're often going to forget only halfway through. Don't ask me why I know, but I know. Yeah, now I'm ready for rounding this end here, and here there should only be a hole halfway through, and don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me. This hole should be a through hole, and both of these should be threaded. So through hole here on these three, and threading in the other. I should be able to remember that, despite the dementia. Or maybe I should take a beer in between. Yeah, this rounding here. I believe the best would be to make a plug in the vise and then through this hole turn it, each jaw around, and have a side mill cutting here. But the problem is the hole here only halfway through, and I'm afraid that this jaw of this type will jump or be pulled off the stud that was supposed to hold it. So I decided to use a profile milling cutter with a radius of 5 millimeters. It should be 7.5 millimeter, but a 5 millimeter makes it like this, and I believe that's good. So and I've set it up this way in the mill. Here some parallels in the bottom, and then the jaws up against, I can't do it with one hand, up against this here, and then fix it. And then I have the profile. Can you see it? Where is it? No, I believe it's too much light. There it is. It's a carbide, so I believe it's the best way for me to do it. But I can't show you here because I need 2 hands to fix it. Here you see it running very slowly. Conventional milling, and then back for Klein milling. When you have a lot of threads to do, it's good to have a machine like this. A threading machine. And my chuck is a little small for this, for the shaft of this tap, but I can hold it. But I would like a bigger chuck for the machine, but maybe it can't, it's not strong enough for bigger holes, but I'll show you how it works. And it's functioning this way. When you pull down the lever here, it's turning right, and when you pull it up again, it's turning the other way. So it's very easy to make threads, and especially if you have many to do same size, it's very easy to do. I'll try to set it up so I can show you how it works. Yeah. You have to hold against it here. Now the jaw is all finished, and I'm now waiting for a sleeve so I can make a die holder for my lathe, and I'll use that die holder to make the threading here on these stocks. In special inspection hole included, so I can see if the screw is buttoning the hole. Yeah. I'll come back when I've threaded all the screws.